Hello and welcome to the annual All Out Cricket Gear Test. We're here at Lords on a Thursday morning. It's bitterly cold here, but we have 40 bats and we're going to work through the top bats for 2013. Here to help us we have ex-England cricketers, from Mark Butcher to Dominic Cork to Paul Nixon to Sean Udall, plus the World Cup winning England women's cricketer Claire Taylor. We have a matrix for each bat and we work it down. We have a look at pick-up initially, first impressions of the bat, and then of course the performance. Each cricketer goes through each bat that is in the net, and from there we mark the scores, and then we finally break it all down to the top 10, and then finally at the end of the day the top bat on the market for 2013. And as you can see, the place is teeming with cricket. It's a beautiful experience and everybody tends to enjoy it.
It's been wonderful so far. I mean, to come down here, hit balls with these anonymous bats that we're using. We're not quite sure which ones they are. Yeah, it's fun, you know. I mean, it's trying to hit a few out of the park, and in February is quite nice. Important that people get the right bat, choose the right bat. For us, as professional cricketers, ex-professional players, it's important that it was our skills of our trade, and a bat can give you confidence and give you a real belief in your game. So for us to come down here and test these bats is great fun. You get to know what works and what doesn't work, and I think it's important for players to, when they pick a bat, there's a little bit of adrenaline going, and they've just got to make sure that the bat's the right pickup and the right shape for them.
I very rarely, if ever, hit any cricket balls anymore, so it's nice to sort of feel a few bits of leather on willow and see whether or not I can still do it. And also, just it's interesting to see how the bats are evolving over the time. They're getting bigger, they're getting lighter, so it's interesting. If you choose the wrong bat, or a bat that's too heavy, it just means that you're not going to be able to maintain the right sort of shape in order to hit the ball cleanly and consistently. So the weight is really important. If you can't hit the ball where you're aiming it, or you can't play a certain shot because the bat's too heavy, then you're going to be restricted in the amount of runs that you can make or the areas that you can hit the ball, which means that you're easier to bowl at, which means you'll score less runs.
Basically, I entered the competition that I saw in the magazine and on the internet, which I seem to go on all the time to enter every single competition All Out Cricket seems to put up. And basically had to write quite a story, I suppose, about why I'd be a good bat tester. Absolutely amazing. I've even got the evidence to show how many balls I've hit with blood blisters. But it has been an absolute dream just to meet these guys and just get to smash loads of balls with loads of bats. Yeah, it's a cricketer's dream.
Well, I think it's specifically important for club cricketers because they have to pay for their gear. Us professionals, we get handed gear and we're able to choose the difference between different bats and send them back. We can have 4 or 5, whereas a club cricketer can pay up to £200 to £300 for a bat. And I think it's important that we give recommendations of what to look for, what is the best bat, what weight you should look for, maybe look at the grain weight. And I think that will help people who have to pay with their hard-earned money.
It's also just to highlight how easy it looks for them, and then go in there and try and do the same thing and realise how far away you are from that. I've had my eye on Nixon because just every single ball he's just obliterating into what would be going for a 6. So, and that's how I like my cricket. So I've just had my eyes on him really. Yeah, it's been good fun. Obviously, my style of cricket tends to be all power and little class. So I've been like picking up some of the bigger bats and giving it a good hit.
If you get the wrong bat, if you get a bat that's too heavy for you, you're going to damage your technique probably by picking it up incorrectly or using too much of the bottom hand to pick the bat up. If you get a bat that's too light, you probably won't be getting value for your shots. If you pick a bat that doesn't suit your game and that the middle's not quite in the right place for you, again, you're not going to be getting value for your shots. So it's quite an important decision.
I don't always go for the most expensive. It doesn't mean it's necessarily the best. I think value for money is quite important in terms of you're going to use your bat probably once or twice a week, and if you're a bowler who bats it, then you're not going to use it hardly at all. So it's not always important to get just because it's the most expensive doesn't make it the best bat. And a pickup is very important as well. You don't want something that's too heavy because you limit your time when you can get the bat down. So overall value for money and a nice light bat.
So to find out the identity of this beautiful blade, you'll have to buy All Out Cricket magazine. It's out on April the 11th. Just leaves for me to say thanks ever so much to everybody who turned up, all the manufacturers who contributed all the gear, and of course the pros and the competition winners who made the day such a special occasion. That's it from us. Thanks very much.